Okay, it's Saturday the 14th of June 2025 and I can officially say that I have left the Diary of a CEO, Flight Story, Stephen Bartlett, and what I have known to be my world for the last 5 years. And I thought there was no better way of explaining why than to film my last week. So that's what I've done. I've attempted to vlog for the first time ever in my life using this new Osmo toy thing. And I think it's going to be the best way to explain along the way of how we got here. So if any of the sound works from the last week, let's roll the tapes. Hi. I have been in the office all day and I have just arrived. It is... Oh, that's not how this is going to work. Why the hell is the camera on this thing? Do you know what's so funny is I've just realised I've stayed here before. I've been to Newcastle once in my life and I've realised I've stayed in the exact same place before. Start as we mean to go on. I've been here 5 minutes and I'm already in my pyjamas. I have already made myself a cup of tea because that is what I do. It's my favourite thing to do and that's probably how I will be 90% of the time. I've just landed in Newcastle. I've got to talk tomorrow. I've been in the office all day. Hi. I have a lot to share. We have a lot to talk about this week, but we're going to take it day by day. I don't even know if this is ever going to air or if you're ever going to hear this because I realised I bought the wrong microphones that don't connect. I also, what the hell's going on? I also bought the wrong SIM card, SD card. I promise I know what is going on here. I bought the wrong SD card and I thought to myself oh my God, I'm just going to have to start this tomorrow. I'm going to have to order it all from Amazon and start again because it's just not going to work. And there's a lesson in all this because it's messy at the start, always it's messy. This whole vlog and this whole episode of whatever this is going to be is just a messy idea in my head. And if I don't start and give it a go, it will never start and it will never happen. And I've got big plans for this and this channel. And it will get there. It will get to where I want it to get to, but it's got to start somewhere. And I'm really excited to look back on all of this content in we'll get to it, but in a while's time and see where it all started. And so the audio probably sounds awful and the lighting and everything, and I don't really know how this is all playing out. I mean, it's late, but that's the reality. You've just got to start. It's such cringy, awful advice sometimes, but it's true. You've just got to start, be messy, play around and figure it out. And that's kind of what I do with most of my life. So no different with this little toy that I'm playing with. Everyone recommended it. It's very cool. It's very exciting. It's really fun and very nimble. So I would definitely get lots of people asking in DMs for reviews. So I would definitely give some feedback on it. But yeah, made my cup of tea. I'm speaking with Adobe Express tomorrow. We've got a lot to talk about. We'll talk about it in the coming days. For now, it's well past my bedtime, so I'm going to go to bed. I'll see you tomorrow. So, it's Tuesday. I'm in Newcastle. I have had breakfast. I slept awfully. I arrived here late last night. I think I said that in my dishevelled piece to camera last night. But I got to Manchester, to Newcastle. Was meant to go for a run. Didn't go for a run. It was pouring it down with rain. Got up, had some breakfast, went for a walk. I've had my makeup done, which I never have done. But I'm here because I'm speaking at an event called Automicon, which is like a really large sales and marketing conference for small businesses, which I absolutely adore. And I'm actually here with Adobe Express. So like I'm speaking with Adobe Express on behalf of Adobe Express because I'm a partner at this event called Automicon. And I'm really trying to like level everything up and justify things like having my makeup done every so often. But like, trust me when I say for the last 2 years, I have been scrambling, doing everything all at once. Like sometimes I'll get my hair done, but today we're slicking it back, which is why I'm here. But I'm going to leave in approximately 20 minutes. So what the hell is going on? Why am I here? Why am I attempting to vlog? Like truly what is going on? And I'm here to answer those questions. So, I mean, first of all, I've got 4 talks this week. And I think you're going to understand by the end of this. I really hope you're going to understand. I'm going to explain it as we go, how this sort of transition has come about, and why this side of my life has sort of, I guess, taken control. But yeah, this is technically my last week working at Bartlett and the Diary of a CEO, which is just completely crazy because I've been there from the very start, and I'm going to get very reflective, I'm sure. But for now, let's just focus on today. And I mean, hi. I presume 90% of people watching this are watching because they know me, but maybe the algorithm has sent you this way and you've never met me before. I've never posted on YouTube before, so that would probably be why. I am Grace. I am, well, as of today, as of this week, I am still Brand and Editorial Director at Flight Story, which is home to the Diary of a CEO and home to many other podcasts. And I've been there from the very beginning, so I was hire number 3. And yeah, I guess this is the beginning of my next chapter. So welcome. I guess today's talk is probably a good representation of what I talk about. Today I'm at this event, I'm doing a fireside, and I'm talking all about content, creators, influencer marketing, community marketing, the future, I guess, of the role of social for brands and small businesses. And that's a lot of what I talk about online. I have never posted on YouTube before, but I have grown a following over the last sort of 3 years across Instagram and LinkedIn to about 250,000 people. And now I'm about to start this new thing. I know I'm being coy and elusive. It will sort of make sense as we go along this week. But yeah, I'm leaving, which feels so crazy to say out loud, like literally so crazy. I'm going to have to do this in front of a mirror, otherwise I'm never going to be happy and I've got to leave soon. So hold the line cooler, BRB. Okay, we're slicked back, earrings are going in, I figured out face tracking. This thing is becoming more of my friend every single day, even though I don't have a microphone, so I have no idea if you're going to be able to hear anything at Automicon, but I'm going to take you with me. I'm going to try and take you to everything, but I'm going to take you with me. I'm then getting the train back down to London. This is my last week at work, so I'm taking today as holiday. I think people have always sort of asked me like how I work a full-time job and do speaking and things like that and how it all works. I personally have a very strong belief that working in media, specifically like working in the industry I've worked in for so long, it is a win-win for both the company and the individual to build a brand in terms of so many things. That can be a whole episode we talk about on here. But for transparency, I have always taken a day of holiday if I have a talk, especially if it takes me away, even though the talk is only ever 30-40 minutes. It involves so much. I'm traveling, Wi-Fi on trains is never great. So I will be online and doing bits and making sure everything's ticking along, being in contact with my team and things like that. But I always would take it as holiday just because for transparency. And it's just, I think it's always just a case of communication and transparency. But that is an episode for another day about employee brands, where it's going, because That is an area I'm very, very passionate about and very interested in. I feel like we're getting the hang of this, but a day at a time. Okay, let's go to Automicon. On down. So yeah, in between the stores. Thank you so much.
I presume that's here.
Yeah, just been sent to let you through.
Oh, thank you.
No worries. These rooms here are the speakers.
Thank you so much. This is a super glamorous green room life, pre-speaker life. I think there's more people coming. I think I'm speaking in like half an hour, 40 minutes, so just have time to top up everything and get ready. Often people ask about prep. I don't tend to do too much prep if it's a fireside because I want the conversation to feel really natural and flowing. And what tends to happen if you try and do too much prep is you're trying to remember the line or trying to remember the thing, so you don't deliver in the best way, I find. I think it's good to like have some stats fresh of mind so that you can pull on them. I know one of the discussions we're talking about, one of the topics we're talking about is public facing channels versus like privatization, so like stuff that happens in the DMs. And I know that, for example, that Adam Mosseri said quite recently about more stuff happening in the DMs than on the public feed. So there's things like that I'll pull on because I talk about this stuff all the time, but I don't like to try and formulate answers to questions because then I sit there thinking, what was my answer, rather than like thinking, what do I want to say? Just like that, we are all done. If I have any footage of the actual talk, I will insert it. I just picked up my suitcase and I'm going to go to the train station to try and grab a train that is literally in 30 minutes. Went really well. Automicon is a very cool event, and as it turns out, this is literally where we did the Driver CEO Live last year, so been to Newcastle twice and been to the same venue now twice. Weird how those things happen. Okay, let's go to the train station. Hi! Yeah. So I've been back for 3 minutes, which obviously means I'm already in my dressing gown and time to take off my makeup. Spent the train journey mostly checking in with the team, touching base, fighting a few like mini fires and like doing work stuff. I always call my work, my full-time job work, and then this work. Anyway, and then I was just looking at the tags from the event today, and I thought it was really interesting. I always think it's really interesting the bits people pick up on. People picked up on this analogy that I thought I would share here about viral content versus like slow compounding growth in building a community. The analogy I come back to is virality is like a sugar rush. It's a hit, it's exciting, it is addictive, it's completely addictive. And what happens after a sugar rush is there tends to be a crash, a come down, a period of time where you're like, why is no one caring about my content anymore? What's happened? Where has everyone gone? Why is there mothballs? That real sort of moment where you come down. And then community building is like your nutritious, balanced meal. You get sustained throughout the day from it. You get consistent reaction. You get engagement all the time, and it fills you up. And the reason I give this example, or this analogy, is because it's not that one is wrong. I love sugar. I love a piece of chocolate. I need it every single day. It's not that the one's wrong and one's right. It's just about the dosage. People seem to really like that one today, so I thought I'd share it. I'm going to spend the evening having some dinner, making my slides for my talk on Thursday. My stylist is now coming around tomorrow morning first thing. This has been a talk day. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you tomorrow. I don't know if this will make the final cut. I also want to keep it real, so let's see. But last night I did do, as I said, I built my slides for Thursday's talk. It got to about 10 p.m. and I was sort of just looking at and thinking and spiraling in my head of how much I had to do, both for work, my full-time job at Flight, and my 3 other talks I've got to deliver this week. And it's not just the talks, it's like the logistics. It's everything for a woman. I've got to wash my hair, I've got to blow dry my hair, I've got to look presentable, I've got to do my makeup, I've got to get to the talks, I've got to travel. I've also got to make sure there's no clashes in my calendar between work and this work. I've got to make sure I've got enough time to do all of my handover pieces in person with the right people in the office. I've got to make sure I'm giving it the love that it deserves before I leave. And I want to be there in these moments. And this is my last week. This is my last week of nearly 5 years. Meetings and all of that side of things. And I've actually got a lot to do. And then the fact that I've got to deliver 3 talks in the next 48 hours is, it's a lot. It's super overwhelming. I get hit with these like massive waves of overwhelm. And then like the added layer that I've added onto it for myself, which is got to vlog the whole thing, got to create content. Brace, why aren't you creating content at these opportunities? It's missed opportunities. You haven't posted on Instagram in a week, you haven't posted on LinkedIn in a week. And I get, it might seem frivolous, it takes its toll. So I sort of, in these moments, like find the things that I can control. I know last night that I was absolutely spiraling with overwhelm, and the things I can control are getting everything out of my brain onto a piece of paper. So writing a literally minute by minute plan of today, of how it's going to go, logistics, timings, everything, where I need to be, when I need to be in the taxi, when I need to be doing prep, when I need to do my makeup. And then getting a decent sleep. Like I said, no, I'm not going to wash my hair and dry my hair last night. I built that into my schedule for today, and I got sleep because all of this has got to happen today anyway. So if I can control getting enough sleep and then control getting some movement this morning, 2 things that are like my non-negotiables for delivering and like being my best self, then that's what I'm going to do. So yeah, it's a lot. I also come back to how lucky I am to be challenged or stressed or overwhelmed in the pursuit of something I'm so passionate about. And I think that's a privilege. That's the reality of wanting to do everything really, really well, but also only being one human and only having the same amount of hours in the day. I'm not going to bring that one up. I guess the thing is, it's not that I don't feel capable, which would be a much worse position to be in. It's that I feel capable without capacity. And that's like a really frustrating mindset to be in. So yeah, that's why I'm finding myself more capacity. But yeah, I guess control the controllables, stick to the non-negotiables in moments where everything just seems way too loud to even think. So that's literally like notes in my phone. Like I have a list called non-negotiables. And come back to gratitude. Gratitude solves everything. Yeah, I just don't want to let anyone down, you know. It is 10 a.m. I think. Just finished styling, got all my outfits ready for the next 3 days, which is such a relief, and beyond actually, some such gorgeous pieces. I can't tell you how like bringing in amazing people around you who are on similar missions is, I feel like a different person. Just so amazing. I'm so grateful for the people around me. Little sneak peeks. This is the top I am wearing today. And I have decided not to go all the way into the office for literally an hour and waste all that travel time. I'm just going to get my head down here, go straight to the talk, and then go into the office afterwards, because I'm not a superhero, can't do everything. So yeah, it's Wednesday. I realise I've just jumped into this, and yeah, wait, actually, while we're here, I need to also show you my other support partner, which is Callow. And I actually, on days like today, like I don't know what I would do without Callow. So Callow is like freshly prepared meals. They deliver them the night before or the morning of. So they're all freshly prepared, your breakfast, lunch and dinner. I don't have to think about food today, which I do have to think about food. I have to think about eating. I've scheduled in time to eat because some days it's just too busy, but Callow like turns up. You choose your meals the night before. I've got peanut butter and like raspberry coulis overnight oats in here, which I'm going to eat now. And then I've got like delicious meals for lunch. They just come in these little delivery bags. Then I'll give this back tonight. I've chosen my meals for tomorrow. They'll be here when I get home tonight. Thank back. Okay, that is a London Tech Week done. I am in a cab all the way from West London all the way over to East London to go to the office. So yeah, that went really well. That was with Jordan and Katie from Channel 4 and the Sidemen respectively. And we chatted all about brand world, brand universe, building trust. And interestingly, it was at London Tech Week, which really shows them like leaning into the creator economy, which I think is really cool. And I'm actually just reading an article that came out in The Independent about how some research that WPP have done about how advertising spend has now gone more than 50% into the creator and social world, more than anywhere, more than TV or like traditional forms of advertising. Now more than 50% is being spent there. So anyone who thinks this world is saturated or dying it's not what the money's saying. It's 5 to 6. My next panel is in 20 minutes. Luckily for this one, it is downstairs in my office, which I've never done before. It's an absolute dream because we rent out the downstairs of the office for events, and this one just happened to be there, which I'm just very, very grateful for. The third talk of the week, a Callow snack, which is dark chocolate covered walnuts. For that sustained hit, I've also got Cadence on the go for hydration, perfect head for caffeine. It's all happening. So I'm just going to top up my makeup, have a look through the questions, and head downstairs. What a dream.
Questions for helping each other out. These are the amount of panelists as well. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll speak soon.
Okay, that is 3 out of 4 talks done this week. It is 9:30. I'm heading home now to go through my slides for tomorrow morning. I think it's a 7 a.m. start. I've got to go down to Surrey, come back up, go to the office. Got a load of meetings tomorrow afternoon, and then I'm out in the evening at the theatre. We go again. See you tomorrow. Just arrived in Leatherhead in Surrey. I think it's just turned 9 a.m. Final talk of the week. I'm off to Dermalogica HQ, which is a really funny story actually, because it's the most explicit example I can give you of how content generates leads, or the content generates talks for me. And that's how I measure success. So I posted a video on LinkedIn a few weeks ago, and I mentioned the CEO of Dermalogica, the founder of Dermalogica, Jane Werwin, because I'm a bit obsessed with her. And she has this amazing quote about, you've got to piss people off, and she's incredible. I always come back to Jane Werwin, who's the founder of Dermalogica, and she said, if you want to be a successful brand, you've got to piss off 80% to be able to reach the 20%. And I mentioned it in the video, and the video did okay. It didn't go viral by any means. It did okay numbers, probably about average, nothing that indicated it was something that took off. But the director of digital from Dermalogica dropped me an email and went, hey, just in your video talking about our founder, would you want to come and do a talk at our annual team day? And I just think it couldn't be more obvious, the connection between posting content and leading to paid revenue generating opportunities. And for me, that's how I measure success. For me, success through building my personal brand is generating opportunities. And so content has directly driven this opportunity, which I think is really cool. I'm going to be talking all about, what am I going to be talking about? What have I done my talk on? My talk is all about discovery, how the marketing funnel has changed, how we're all using and should be using touch points and creating brand universes. And then going to go into a little bit about advocacy and I guess the current state of influencer. And then we're going to finish on community and community commerce and my model for being able to measure success within building communities. And yeah, it's a bit of a whistle-stop top line state of play kind of talk. And then we're going into Q&A. And then I've got a car coming, thank God, to take me all the way back into London, back into the office. Because today is my second last day, which is, yeah, I need to start processing all of this. I'm in Dermalogica HQ, which is very snazzy as expected, and in the middle of the gorgeous countryside, which is a real bonus. But I thought I'm a little bit early, which is so lovely. So I thought I would just give you a little glimpse at my slides that I produced for this one, because I think the sort of new deck style layout that I'm using, I'm a real fan of. I'm speaking for 30 minutes, so I tend to try and keep my slides quite quick and quite concise. So we've got 36 slides here. I'm talking about my playbook for building community. I've done some like AI image generation for Dermalogica. To give them a glimpse of what like micro community events could look like. I'm really happy with this one. Sneak peeks. This is what you get in the vlog. Way more detail than I would share anywhere else. I'm filming this for accountability for how nice it is to be early to something. Future me, do it more often. I will also share my fit because I really am enjoying this fit. Where is a good place to set you up? I don't know if this is going to allow me to walk away. And I've got my Heaven Mayhem earrings, and I've got my Dragon Fusion bag as well. So I've just finished up with Dermalogica, and it went really well. I really enjoyed that. Really just love diving into the current landscape of social and digital and brand and advocacy and influencer, and like really figuring out my thoughts as we're going through it all as well. I have very kindly been picked up by Addison Lee to take me back into the city, which is about, I think it's probably going to be about an hour and a half journey, so that I can actually get some work done. I can sit here on my laptop hotspot and get like a solid hour of work done, whereas if I'm like travelling on loads of trains and definitely not getting a seat and not getting internet, it's a nightmare. So this is an absolute blessing. I always say it takes a village, but Addison Lee are just like absolute goats, and have sorted me out with this car, so I'm very, very grateful for that. There is nothing more, I don't know what the word is, like guaranteed to be sitting there waiting for you as you walk out than Addison Lee. Like, it's just the most reliable service, and I've used them forever and for years, and I'm very grateful to be working with them. So yeah, we are heading back to the office. Today I've got to detangle myself from every single platform that I am a part of and start the handover conversations. I think I've got 4 meetings this afternoon, so yeah, then I'm out tonight. I'll maybe try and run you through a little bit about what's going in the office, but it's 11:23 now, so hopefully I'm in about an hour, and then I've got a solid afternoon of like chatting with everyone, catching up with everyone. It's for Friday!
Where's the camera? Big
Do you want to get back? Yeah. I don't know. So walking out of the office for the penultimate time, starting to feel fucking weird. I've got all of my desk jelly cats in my bag. The cognitive dissonance that is happening right now between the person writing the emails and me is quite significant. So I think I need to make sure I've allocated some time this weekend to like process, although I have no time this weekend. Because yeah, it's all starting to feel very real. Oh, the hardest part is leaving the people. It's gonna be hard tomorrow, but I feel like now all the talks are out of the way, I can
start to sort of process it a little bit. I've had 5 one-to-ones today, just touching base with all the different people, and then tomorrow sort of the final one-to-one check-ins with all of the key people. Yeah. This is so scary. I'm so excited. It's like adrenaline, nerves, excitement, sadness. It's like all the emotions all in one go. I'm off to dinner with my family and then going to see The Great Gatsby in the theatre. So I'm sure that will take my mind off it. Another super late night, but I wouldn't have it any other way. I'm very excited. I can't wait to this show, Corbin Blue's in it, from High School Musical. So, yeah. Okay. I will, if I don't check in again tonight, I will see you on my very last day in the office. I need to make sure I charge this thing before tomorrow. Tomorrow is the big day. This is it. My last day working for Bartlett and Flight Story. We've come to do our Friday ritual that we do every single Friday. Mark Randolph wants put up Mark Randolph is the CEO and founder of Netflix, and he wants to put up a LinkedIn post about like protecting your rituals in a relationship when you're working really fast. So we always come to have a pastry and have a coffee on a Friday morning. Let me show you. And it's like going to be 27 degrees today, so we're eating in the sunshine. Yeah, I have all the emotions, like literally. I think it's all just hitting me, like, yeah, everything. More not like what am I doing, more just like the nostalgia and the gratitude for how transformative the last like 5 years of my life have been as a result of where I've worked and the impact it's had on my career. And yeah, I guess all of that is like coming to the surface today, just like an overwhelming sense of gratitude, really, more than anything. And like all my friends messaging to be like, I can't believe today is your last day. Yeah, I guess it does feel a little more emotional than I thought it probably would, and I'm really looking forward, but also I guess a bit nervous to leaving drinks today, because I don't really like all the attention on me at like my birthday, let alone when it's like, I guess, a sad thing. So yeah.
For people that will be asking you why now? Why now?
I guess the whole point of filming this week has been to show that I'm basically doing 2 full-time jobs. And when you do that, you don't have room for anything else. Like, you don't have room for creativity, like relationships, anything. I'm really just craving time back. And it's like the right time. Like, I've waited a while to feel like this is the direction I actually want to go in. I think just like 4 talks in a week, like this is where we're at now, and it's all consuming. And the fact that I do that and then go back to the office and try and engage with the team, my obsession's just been split. And I don't like my obsession being split, because it means I feel like I'm not doing a good enough job at either. And so I owe it to myself to go all in on something. And it feels like the right time. I don't know. I think for being someone who's so like data-driven and data-led, I do think your gut just screams out at you, and it's like something you've got to itch.
Time in inverted commas. Will we be seeing you do anything different?
No comment. Well, yeah, of course, I'll have time to do my own projects, and I want to build. Like, it's really important for me to build something. Yeah, no comment, but I'm ready to build for myself. Okay, it's time to go into the office for the last time. The place I've been going for the last 5 years, every single day. Stay fit check. No shame. Okay, let's go to the office for the last time.
Get everyone in though. Wait, come round. Come all around.
Tears already.
There's simply no words. Like, there's no words for how transformative this place and these people have been on me over the last nearly 5 years. Like, I've grown up here. My life has changed. We've been in 6 different offices. We've been all over the world. Like, it's been like truly transformative, and I've been like so deeply obsessed with everything we've done with so much care for the last nearly 5 years. I never wanted to, I guess, leave here until I felt like we had the people in place who could really carry it on and carry the torch and shine it brighter than like I ever have. And I truly feel like now we've got, like, I just can't believe it, like all these incredible people in place who are going to take this thing that's grown and changed in a million directions 100 million times into like places I could never have imagined. Like, even walking into this office every day, I know we've been here for nearly a year, like it's still so surreal to me that there are all of these people in this place working for this thing that started with like 4 of us in a kitchen. So I'm forever indebted to those people. I'm just like forever grateful for all of you carrying the torch, and I will truly be the biggest cheerleader from the sidelines. Hopefully I'll be allowed back in every so often. For anyone who's only been here a couple of weeks and witnessing this whole thing, it's different. I also don't think I've cried ever in the last 5 years of being here, but like I've just cried all my tears for 5 years today. So yeah, lots of gratitude, and I don't know what on earth it's going to be like on the other side, but I can't wait to see what you will achieve. I love you all lots.
Carry on. Yeah, of course.
No, I'll actually push. The final walkout. What's the time? Like 10 p.m? Yeah, 10:20. Oh my god, be careful, it's super slippy. Can you imagine? Okay. God. This is it.
It's so weird. Let me come to the room.
This is going to be the worst vlog there ever was.
Oh my god.
Final walkout. Oh, no. We've done enough.
I'm just gonna cry. Oh my god.
No, stop.
I'm gonna cry the whole way home, I think.
What a London weather.
I know. Hot and then cold.
Hot.
Rain.
Rain.
So here we are. I don't think there could have been a better week to explain what's happened and how I've got here and how I am officially no longer on payroll. My time essentially for the last 18 months to 2 years has been split. Actually for the last 6 to 8 months, the creator, the speaking, the personal branding side of things has grown to heights I never could have imagined. And it's resulted in opportunities coming my way that I found myself not wanting to say no to. And I had to sit down about 3 months ago and say, my obsession isn't only split, I'm more obsessed with building my own thing. And I've been at Diary of a CEO since we started, since the very beginning. So I think you probably will have seen in yesterday's footage that it was an incredibly emotional breakup. Like it truly felt like heartbreak in many ways. And it was one of the hardest decisions I've ever made because I've grown up. I've made my biggest mistakes. I've learned. I've had career highs. I've had incredible failures. I've made the best of friends within the walls of Flight, what is now Flight Story. But I guess my next chapter is me. I'm going all in on me to build something. And it's funny because I've slowly been telling people that I'm leaving, that I'm pursuing myself, I'm pursuing something for myself. And everyone's reaction has been, wow, you're so brave. Wow, that's so exciting. You're so brave. And I'm like, when the niggle in your gut is so loud and the scratch so desperately needs to be itched, none of this feels brave. It sort of just feels inevitable.
And although I am in so many ways devastated to be leaving my team behind because I love them to pieces, and I know it sounds dramatic, but it's when you've been in person with the group of people and worked under such intense scenarios that we have where 5 years truly feels like 20. I guess it is dramatic and it is emotional, but when the niggle is so loud, you can't ignore it. So it doesn't feel brave to me. It feels like there was no other option. So I'm incredibly excited. And I guess I want to explore this itch, this scratch. You'll have learned quickly from all the mistakes I've probably made in this vlog that I tend to sort of make up words and sayings. But I want to explore this itch or this scratch publicly. So I know there are lots of people who build in public, but I think I want to build in real time, because although I have got a creator profile, I've got a personal brand, I've got incredible opportunities coming my way, that's not the reason I'm leaving. That's enabled me to leave and given me the opportunity to leave financially. But I'm leaving because I want to build. I want to build something. And I've got a few ideas. And I want to explore them in real time. I want to share the journey of building something in real time. So, I am pledging. And I'm going to regret this, I'm sure, the minute I hit post. But as soon as I pledge and put my name to something, I have to commit to it. It's the type of person I am. So I am pledging to post a video on this channel every week for the next year. I'm going to figure out how to make amazing vlogs, because I no doubt that I'm going to watch this one back in a year and be like, oh my God, this girl didn't have a clue what she was doing. And it's true, I don't. It's going to be super messy. It's going to be super messy. And the one thing I can 100% guarantee is it's going to get better and it's going to compound over time. But I'd love to know if you've made it here, probably people who have followed me for a long time, probably just my mum and a few of my friends, the 6 of you who are watching. I'd love to know, what do you want to see from me? What do you want to see? Like, I want to build this with you together. I want it to be incredibly valuable to you. I want it to be a comfort to you. I want it to be someone who you feel like is going on the journey with you, and you can live this out in real time with me. So where do you want me to take you? What behind the scenes do you want? What questions do you want answered? What topics do you want me to explore? I can't believe it. Anyway, I'm late for dinner with the girls. Thank you for watching. Here we are. The end of an era and the start of a very exciting new chapter that I can't wait to take you on and explore in real time with you all. So thank you for indulging me. I'm so glad you're here. It's going to be messy. We're going to figure it out as we go. So I guess that's it. Here's to the rest of my life.